Hey everyone, welcome back to Sword of Mana. In the last episode, we finished off the sealed cave and received our very own Shade Spirit with which to break the seal on the Ruined Passage, along with Wisp, which we will be doing eventually. But for right now, I'm back in Manos Village, and I want to complete the two final side quests that we have to complete in the game here. So I'm going to take care of those this episode, and then we're going to move on. So, you guys remember how I was telling you to get a wood coin while you were in the sealed cave there? Well, let's talk to, not the dwarf. Get out of here. I don't want to use your tempering services. Let's talk to Delmar and have him take a look at our coin collection. Oh, well, thanks for that. Yeah, we do. I mean, you know, considering the fact that the whole fate of the world hangs in balance here. Okay, well, how do you figure you can help us out? By giving us a piece of Dudbear's gold. Yeah, not really worth it at this point, but you take what you can get. So, that's what happens when you complete Coin Collector. So, I figure I might as well complete this side quest that I said I was going to complete while I had to. So, now the next part, I actually can't talk to him, but the next, because I actually did something to the point where I've actually got something of his that, I can't really do anything with right now. But anyway, the next side quest I want to take care of is with Pancetta here. Now, if you recall, Pancetta was looking for meteorites. Specifically, he was looking for Aerolite. Now, Aerolite is dropped by the Cyclops enemies about 92% of the time when they drop a treasure chest. So, basically, what I'm going to be doing for probably most of the remainder of the episode is I'm going to be running all over the world, finding these Cyclopses and just defeating them, not necessarily for their Aerolite, but for just to show off where you can find all 8 of them. Me personally, I only need to get 2 different types of Aerolite. Let me just check my notes here. I need to get Ankh Aerolite and Vinek Aerolite. Now, if you look in my menu, let me go to my raw materials here, you will see that. Let's go down a little bit. Where is it? I already have some Vinek Aerolite here. I actually need 2 pieces of Vinek Aerolite, and I need 2 pieces of Ankh Aerolite. The reason for this will become clear when I manage to get back to Manos. But for now, I'm going to actually head out of Manos. I'm not going to bother with Pancetta yet because I don't want to bother with him until I've got everything that I actually need. And I'm going to head out of town and I'm going to take on those Cyclopses, and I'm going to show it all on screen. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to record in post-commentary, because it's going to take a long time to find these guys. I'm probably going to record a voiceover for the areas that I'm in post-commentary, so I can tell you where it is that I went in order to find the Cyclopses, like what day of the week and what time of the day it has to be in order for them to show up, and what type of Aerolite they'll drop. And now, the thing with the Cyclopses is that they're just like every other monster. They have a 50% chance of dropping a treasure chest and when they're on the screen, and 8% of the time, like 92% of the time, you can get Aerolite from them, but 8% of the time you can get tough meat, which really sucks when you get tough meat, because it takes a while to get the Cyclopses to show up, and then to get tough meat means it's like, now I have to do this again. So I'm going to have to endure that for you guys. But it's for you guys, so I'll do it. Not going to enjoy it, but I'll do it. So I will see you guys when I meet with the Light Cyclops. I'm probably not going to run into the Light Cyclops first, because I'm in the Manos area anyway, so I might as well take care of the Cyclopses around this area first. But I will probably show the Light Cyclops first. So I'll see you guys in a second with the Light Cyclops.
my god. That whole grind there was probably the worst thing I have had to do for this LP. Never again. Never again will I find all 8 of those Cyclopses. Especially not the wind Cyclops. Good God, it took me like an hour to find that guy. But I did it. I got everything I needed for my raw materials as far as they went. I needed 2 pieces of Vanek Aerolite and 2 pieces of Ankh Aerolite, and as you can see, I have 2 of both. So, here's how Pancetta works. When you bring him some Aerolite, he'll pick out the first one in your inventory. In this case, it's Ankh Aerolite, and he will give you a certain material for them, depending on which type of Aerolite you give him. He'll say a certain material, and you can go for it. Orichalcum. I do not want Orichalcum from him. So basically what you want to do is he offers one of 2 materials for your Aerolite, depending on a random number generator in the game will determine whether he's offering you one thing or another thing for the Aerolite. So, for Ankh Aerolite, he offers Orichalcum, or he offers something else. Let's see if he gives it to me. Nope. So basically what you want to do with Pancetta is you want to keep saying no until he gives you what you want. And he is not giving me what I want. What I want from him is I want a dragon scale from him. That is the other thing you can get for giving him Ankh Aerolite. So, here we go. Dragon scale. I will take one of those, sir. Thank you very much. No, I don't think I'm a god. But, yeah. You did thank me. I got a dragon scale. Awesome. And, now the only thing is that I'm pretty sure he will not, cycle to the next type of Aerolite in your inventory until you get rid of all of the first type of Aerolite in your inventory. So right now I have to get rid of that Ankh Aerolite, or else he will never cycle through to allow me to use that Vanek Aerolite. So what I want to do now is I actually want to go to the hothouse down here, because the hothouse will let me get rid of the Aerolite that I want to get rid of, the Ankh Aerolite, because I actually want to use it to forge, let me see, my bow. My bow will be more powerful this way. It's going to be the most powerful upgrade for the bow that I'm going to be receiving this playthrough. How you doing, Watts? I need you to forge me something. Something powerful. No, I don't want the staff forged. Go to the bow. So, pretty much the same thing as always. Just find the material that you want and then use it. And in this case, yeah, there you go. That is why I took all this time to get all of the Aerolite that I got, because Aerolite is a ridiculously good item to forge weapons with. It's got extra effect of darkness on enemies, so it can make them blind, which would really help against a lot of melee attacking enemies. It has excellent stats to add to it, and it's got a fairly decent limit, so you can temper it if you want. The only problem is the price tag, 8,000 lucre. We're going to be needing a little more lucre than I have in order to be making all of the upgrades that I have, because I have 31,477 lucre, but I'm going to need about 1,000 more than that in order to actually make all the upgrades. Yeah, I know, it's like, why is all of this stuff so expensive all of a sudden? I don't have that kind of money. Well, we'll fix that in just a few minutes, but for now, let us get rid of the Ankh Aerolite and forge the Ankh bow. So now we still have 2 pieces of Vanek Aerolites in our inventory. Actually, since I'm already here, I might as well do the upgrading with the Vanek Aerolite, since I'm doing this anyway. I want to actually upgrade the Nux with the Vanek Aerolite, so this is going to be the last upgrade for the Nux, and it's, as you can see, like the bow, it gets quite a big power-up from this. So that's why I'm going to use this. So now I've still got 1 piece of Vanek Aerolite left, and I'm going to go put that to use. Let me just cross off the Vanek Nux from my list. I probably don't even need my LP notes list anymore after I've done all this forging, because it pretty much just lists like what I'm going to forge and all that stuff, so I probably don't need it after this. But we are still missing 1 material that I need from Pancetta. So let's head back to Manos Village and grab that last material from him. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is probably going to turn out to be kind of a short episode, but we haven't had one of those in a while, so you guys can get a break from me talking for 20 minutes on end. Vanek Aerolite, yes, indeed. Now, are you going to give me what I want on the first try? He is! Alright! So, Vanek Aerolite is actually probably the best type of Aerolite that you can get from the Cyclopes, because he will give you either, let me see here, he will give you either Mithril Silver for it, which is still good on its own, or he'll give you the best forging material in the game, Crystal. I actually want the Crystal, because I already got the Mithril that I need here. So, I will trade that Vanek Aerolite for Crystal. Gladly. So, the other stuff that you can get from Aerolite, if you're trading him Jake Aerolite, you can get Altina Felt or a piece of fossil wood. If you're trading him Hal Aerolite, you can get a Pegasus Hide or a fossil. Altina Felt and a Pegasus Hide are both very, very good for the heroine, for Elena, because they her stuff is made out of felts and stuff like that, and fabrics, her armor. So getting Pegasus Hide and Altina Felt is going to be very good for her. So basically, Jake and Hal Aerolite are more inclined towards Elena, whereas Ankh and Vanek are more inclined towards Duke. And like I said, for Ankh you can get Orichalcum or a Dragon Scale, and for Vanek you can either get Mithril Silver or a Crystal. Now, if you've played this game before, I know what you're thinking. Are you going to forge the Crystal Sword? No, I am not. The Orichalcum Sword is plenty enough in order to get this game done. So instead, I'm going to make it a little bit I'm going to make myself a little bit more powerful on the defensive side. But before we get to that, let's forge our helm, and I'm going to forge it with the Dragon Scale that we just received from Pancetta. So as you can see, the Pancetta side quest is probably the most worthwhile side quest in the game. The only problem is the price tag on all of this stuff. I'm going to forge as much as I can, and then from there I'm going to work on it. So we have the Dragon Helm. Yep, the Dragon Helm. There we go. And that has been forged now. So now the only thing left is going to be the armor after I take care of the boots. But we're not going to have enough money for the boots, for the armor, because when I get done with this, I want to make it out of a Padan stone. I think we received this in the sealed cave. Yeah, we got this in the sealed cave. So I'm going to use the Padan stone to make the Padan boots. And then I will be missing just about 1,000. I'll be about 1,000 lucre off from getting the crystal armor. So I know what you're thinking. How in the world are you going to get all of that money? I mean, I got all that money from grinding up by beating up on enemies and getting the Cyclopses to appear. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you did so on your file, because, well, if you're playing through this game along with me in the future, you probably don't need to kill all 8 of the Cyclopses in order to get all of that stuff done. So where can you get extra money? Well, I'll meet you in Topple to answer your question. What do you mean, Topple? I thought we were done in Topple. Yeah, I know I said we were done in Topple, but I forgot that there is this one little thing that is easier done in Topple, because, well, the easiest enemies are around here. So now, off-screen, not off-screen between when I was talking to Pancetta and now, but off-screen at some point earlier, I actually went ahead and I killed 999 Rabites, whatever. I'm not used to saying them anymore because it's been so long since we've actually seen any of these guys. But the point is that I killed off enough so that the counter stacks and stays at 999. So now that's actually very important because of the fact that once you kill off 1,000 of the same enemy, you can actually spawn what is called a black enemy. Now, if I'm to go down here, let's see if I can find him. There somewhere. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want... Oh my god, there it is. See this guy right here? That is a black Rabite, whatever. I'm going to say Rabite. These are black Rabites. Why are they different from regular Rabbites? Well, first off, they have 500 more HP than regular Rabbites. So they have more HP now than the Cyclops enemies. Yeah, I know. And their stats, I'm fairly certain their stats end up increasing, all of their stats increase by 100. But on the flip side, they also give more experience. I forget how much more. I think it's like, they normally gave 1, now they give like 101 or something like that. And now they drop like 500 or something. They drop a lot of lucre. Let's actually find out how much lucre they drop. I'm going to kill one of them right now. We have 8977 here right now. And now, let me kill one. Get back here, you cannot escape me. They actually do a lot of damage, so you'll want to try to stay out of their way if you can, like I did there. Yeah, they drop a lot more lucre than they did, because I went from 8977 to 9078. So that's pretty much 100 and... Let's see. Yeah, it's 101 gold. Or lucre, not gold. I'm thinking of another game. I'm playing so many other games now that I can't think of the right stuff for here. 101 lucre. And they so they drop a lot of lucre and a lot of experience. So they're very good for that sort of stuff. The other thing about them that's very good is that they have a 10% chance of dropping the best equipment in the game. Well, forging materials in the game, including Alton of Felt and Crystal. So if you don't feel like finding the Cyclopses, you can actually get Crystal by killing off enough enemies to make them black enemies, and then just waiting for them to drop it. They have about a 10% chance of dropping these raw materials, so you might be doing this for a little while, but it's a lot more worth it for your experience totals than running around killing old enemies to find the Cyclopses. I simply did that because this is a walkthrough and I want to make sure that I give everyone enough opportunity to do everything in the game. I want to be as thorough as possible. I'm actually going to eat this animal meat because I want to kill these guys off relatively quickly. How am I doing on lucre? Okay. I should only need to kill a couple more waves of these guys now. And the cool part about this is the fact that I can actually spawn only Rabbites now, because as you may recall, we are on the path to Topple. As you may recall, the path to Topple only has Rabbites on it, because this was the first route that Duke explored when he was getting through the game. So this path to Topple only has Rabbites on it, so now it only has black Rabbites on it because I've killed so many of them. And that means that I can spawn enemies that give me a whole lot of lucre and a whole lot of experience almost indefinitely, pretty much. Yeah, actually, I can spawn them indefinitely because I can just stay on this screen for however long I feel like it, and I can just keep beating the crap out of all of these Rabbites. And as you can see, it pays off because in about 10 Rabbites I now have over 10,000 lucre. So, since we have that now, I'm actually going to blast my way to Ishe, and I think I will do that on screen since, you know, it's not like it's going to take that long. Now we are seriously done in Topple, by the way. I'm not ever going to actually come back to any of these villages anymore because of the fact that we are now going to the home stretch of the game. We have everything that we need now. We have all of the money that we need in order to fully upgrade our equipment, and that means we flies through the air with the greatest of ease. And that means that we can now make our way to the Ruined Passage. It's about damn time, huh? Well, anyway, let me go into the hothouse and I will forge the crystal armor. Hey, little Cactus, how you doing? This is probably the last time I'm gonna get to talk to you. But, well, it's been fun. Watts, you've been a great friend, but, I'm probably not coming back at this point. So I figure I say my goodbyes now. But, as a side job before we get through here, can you just do me a favor and forge me the best armor in the game? Thanks a bunch there, Watts. You're a lifesaver. So yeah, as you can see, the crystal armor is really good. It also costs a shitload of lucre, but it is really good. especially if you want to temper with it. If you temper with it, you'll have all 50s in their defense, and you resist all elements, which pretty much means you're very well and away invulnerable, and you probably don't even need to temper once you get the crystal stuff, because you're just that powerful at that point. The Aerolite usually is more powerful, considered more powerful, if you're not going to temper anything. On most weapons and armor, Aerolite is better if you're not going to temper anything. However, I find that the armor, the crystal, is better, especially for my armor, because I resist all elements. And if I was wearing, say, I forget what it is for the armor. I think it's like Ankh armor. Let me take a look here. It is Hal armor. If you're wearing the Hal armor, you only resist dark elemental attacks, because the Aerolite is dark elemental. So I find it easier to wear the crystal armor, because then I resist more elements, and Duke needs the magic defense, really. So now that whole side quest thing is taken care of, and we took care of enough stuff here today to really make this a decent episode. Actually, it's probably going to run around 18 minutes anyway, so you guys are going to get a fairly decently long episode anyway. But that will be it for this episode of Sword of Mana. It's probably going to take forever to edit this, which means it may be delayed by a day or two, depending on how busy I am midweek. God, I hate midweek. All of my classes are crammed into midweek. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Next time, I will actually meet you back at the Ruin Passage so that we can break the seal on it and head for Sanctuary. So, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Take care.